Good evening, viewers. Welcome to our podcast Mindset Mastery Learn and Thrive, the podcast where we provide you actionable insight and inspiring stories to motivate you in your daily life. Our today's topic is Empower Her, navigating media and culture for young girls. This is all about empowering young girls to fight in this patriarchal society. So, in this episode, we will champion the next generation of young girls in navigating the complexities of media and culture. I am your host here, Hari Prakash Sinha. I am thrilled to embark on this empowering journey with you. Join us as we challenge stereotypes, celebrate diversity, and empower girls to rewrite their own narratives. Let's redefine what it means to you to be a young girl in today's world. Join me in welcoming our distinguished speaker, Professor J. Joglekar, popularly known as Professor JJ. She is currently working as an assistant professor in the field of management science and business administration. She is also an active reviewer at a global academic place. She has worked as a program coordinator and a training and placement officer at the beginning of her career. Professor JJ is a research scholar from Pune University and also a student training and counseling expert. She is also a published author. She has published a book on entrepreneurship and is an active member of national bodies like Indian Society for Training and Development and Indian Academic Researchers Association. So welcome ma'am, welcome to our platform. So ma'am, this is our next session and I am moving to our fourth question.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Moving to my fourth question, how can the entertainment industry be held accountable for perpetuating harmful stereotypes and limited representation of female characters? So what's your take on this?
So just like you said right now, that the stereotypes or the frameworks that we see majorly observed are harmful or either limited. Many a times we call stereotypes itself because it is limited, because it is restricted for some thought process or which is not having a broader view or a broader mindset, right? So I think here itself lies the actual gist of what entertainment is doing or what the media is doing with the minds of young girls. If we see uh, or if we observe or study in detail about the entertainment, the patterns of entertainment has not much changed during these years. If we see, um, they focus more on what the negatives of our society, of our culture, or of our nation are, right? Whereas the main role of entertainment or media should be on focusing how positive, what are the healthy practices in our environment, or what are the plus points or the unique frameworks that India has
Right,
or our
right,
culture has.
right,
When we are saying we are a very diverse culture nation, right? All the culture should be given, or all the uh, what say all the environments, all the communities, all the groups should be given the same amount of emphasis, the same amount of importance on the media or on the entertainment, which we see it's lacking. It's absolutely lacking. Plus, when we observe, there are a few entertainment channels or there are a few influencers on entertainment sector which are responsible for the people to question their own culture, or to question their own traditions, right?
Yes.
They are themselves portraying as a rebel of the society, and we are basically the Bollywood. I can say it is much more responsible for deteriorating the minds of young girls or
Yes.
the young generation.
Yeah.
They portray rebel as something heroic
Yeah.
or something which is very charismatic or something which is very interesting. And
Yeah.
any kind of rebel you do is not wrong. Rebels done against the East India Company was absolutely right.
Yeah.
Rebels done against the typical stereotypes is absolutely right. But they have forgotten to express, or they have forgotten to portray that all the rebels are not right. All the rebels are not logical and healthy. So, as you said, the harmful and limited frameworks of entertainment and media is on a broader level.
Mm.
If we compare to the healthier content that they are promoting, rather than promoting healthy, if let's say an aggregate or an approximate percentage, which I feel, which I have observed on media, is that almost 60 to 65% of the influencers or entertainment sector, they focus on the negatives
Yes.
or
They
the cultures of the real culture. And hardly 30 to 35% of influencers or entertainment platforms focus on the positives of the nation, what the nation is doing good for the society, or what how the society is benefiting from community benefits, or how exactly culture can be a part of community benefits, right? So, as in the even previous session we discussed that there are some of the channels like Epic or any of the culture-based channels which are promoting Indian culture on a diverse level. I think all the entertainment platforms can motivate themselves to be one of them, because it is something that is making us proud of our nation, proud of our diversity, rather than creating odds in the diversity. Many a times we also observe that the entertainment or the platforms of media, they also focus on dividing us. So what is the difference between Britishers and entertainment these days? Both
right.
are doing the same thing. If the entertainment today, for example, if one influencer, I'm an influencer on the television, and if I am saying that the Western culture is the best, and let's say Indian culture is so typically fashioned and it is so old fashioned, it's no more the trend. If I portray something like that, and if I have a huge number of influencers, then I am somehow breaking, or I am somehow deteriorating the minds of my influencers. I am deteriorating their motivation. I am deteriorating their confidence towards their self image and their nation and their culture. Instead of making them proud of their culture, everybody is proud of their culture, everybody is proud of their family. Just like you're proud of your mother and father, right?
Yes.
Your culture is no different,
Yeah.
your nation is no different, right? In fact, your nation and your culture comes much before than your parents. What it's what I feel, because
Yes.
even my parents are a part of that nation,
Yes.
and they are what because of India stands today, right? So I think these are the negatives, or these are the harmful influences that our entertainment industry is promoting, or media is promoting, which should be stopped.
But what do you think the government or society can do in this direction?
Recently, Hariji, if you observe, on Instagram or on LinkedIn, right? There are like automatically there is an entry of content creators
Yeah.
who are dedicated to create content on culture,
Yeah.
dedicated to create content on Indian strategies, Indian foreign strategies, global strategies,
Yeah.
what we stand as on international platforms. These content creators are focusing on how great our culture is, what are the values and ethics which are uh, taught by our culture, our
Yeah.
heritage,
Yeah.
and what our epics or what our history, like Mahabharata and Ramayana, has taught us. I think they are creating content, they are creating animes, they are creating reels, they are creating memes on this content, and that is going on a boom these days. And definitely, I cannot say that the government has no hand in it or the government has no participation in it. All the content creators, I have one of the friends, I will not disclose the name, but he works for communities or he works for social service. There are some sangatanas
Hmm.
or there are some kind of groups or sanghas who are working for the beneficiaries of culture and Indian environment.
Yeah.
So yes, they are officially trained to create a healthy content, to create a knowledgeable content, and that's how they are influencing media also. So all the odds which the media influencers had created is getting washed off slowly but surely. And one day, I'm sure definitely we will have a lot of content creators who are seeking knowledge
Yeah.
rather than seeking TRP. So I think that is the role of government or societal uh, communities.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. This was really very good, the insight that you have given. I'm moving to my next question. In what ways can storytelling and media be leveraged as tools for empowering young girls and challenging patriarchal norms? So, over to you. What do you say about this?
Um, I think before getting to the point, I would suggest a few influencers or a few content creators who have been working on storytelling manner of content creation. They have created visuals and audio visuals in such a way that storytelling is the main gist of that content, and they have been sharing knowledge about historical events or the constitutional events of India and what all our nation has gained till now, what all we have achieved till now, the achievements of India, the achievements of Indian nationals abroad who are working as even NRIs or who are even having green cards of other nations, but they are originally Indians, right? So they are working on storytelling contents like this. If at all, to give examples, recently one program was organized where our Prime Minister had a small meet with all the content
Yeah,
creators and one of the best influencers
yeah,
on
yeah. This,
social media.
this was
And
the
all
first
those,
time in India.
yes,
First time.
all those who have, right, right,
Hmm.
right. It was the first time that such an event was organized. And our PM, like personally, he appreciated all the content creators who are doing research on Indian heritage and Indian history. So, if my friends who are watching this video, all the audience, if you have watched anybody, any of the content creators, for example, there is one Kirti Goswami. She was awarded by our PM in that event for creating storytelling short videos. She's actually, uh, shares stories about history of India
mm,
and small events. It is not a very big, like memes only. She creates contents,
mm,
and she is basically having a huge uh, influential platform on Instagram. So you can watch any of her videos also
yeah,
if you want to have a gist about how storytelling can influence your mind. And also storytelling or any kind of we can say audio visuals, they can have a role in creating these small, if you have seen there are some sort of short films, right? um, there was one South Indian short film which was even nominated for Oscar in the last year, right? And it was basically acknowledging people about the Kerala culture, not the nothing related to Kerala story,
mm,
but how the relationship of a Kerala immigrant, and or let's say the person who had just shifted to Kerala, he had bought an elephant. It's an
mm,
elephant story, like we had seen the story of Pi. It is
mm,
just a similar story like that, but it was nominated for Oscar. So such short stories, short films, which are they are influencing your culture, they are showcasing your Indian culture. We can also say, in short, who have not seen many short films about cultural influence, but everybody has seen Bahubali, right? There is, I don't think there is anyone who has not seen the film, who has not watched the film Bahubali.
yeah,
What I feel is the richness of Indian culture, how they have showed. Forget about what the story is, right? But yes, our kings, our emperors were so strong, and they have showcased it so profoundly. It is really appreciating. So I
mm,
think storytelling and short films can work in this way
yeah,
to enhance our cultural grounds
mm,
on national as well as international media. So this is how we can work on that.
right. So one more suggestion coming to my mind, because I see that on the social media a certain set of people are
Sure.
active, not everyone. And, but I think this is a very, because I have recently started using this. Even my channel is a very old channel. I started in 2009 only. But I had no idea how to run this and how to make videos and all that. So I do not use it.
Absolutely.
So I not use it.
Absolutely.
So, but what I have realized now, this is a very good platform uh, to influence people actually, and influence people in a positive manner. So for the educators, for anyone who has some kind of a skill or any creative person, this gives you a very good money also. However, I am not making that kind of money. I am not making many money actually right now from my channel. But I have realized, Joe, this is a very good channel for educators, because you can teach anything, because education is your passion. So you can teach, and there are so many things to learn. Everything is not taught in schools and colleges. The younger generation need to learn a lot of things.
Absolutely.
And if you have any kind of technical skills, any kind of life skills, or are you a creative person? So this is a very good platform, I think. So more people should come on the social media or start, because in the, you see in the Western culture, anyone who has some kind of a skill, they are having their own website, and they keep, they will create a community, they will maintain their
Absolutely.
community, they will share their things. They make money also, they make good money, and it gives a very good chance to influence the people and to spread the knowledge and whatever they can do in a positive manner to influence the society. So more people should come to the social media and start using their knowledge,
Absolutely.
their skills, and their experience with the people around. So thank you so much. I am moving to
Absolutely.
the next question. What role can a grassroots movements and online activism play in reshaping media portrayals and fostering more inclusive narrative for young girls? Should I repeat the question? What role can grassroots movements and online activism play in reshaping media portrayals and fostering more inclusive narratives for young girls? Like the media is exploiting young girls, and they exploit everyone actually, not only the young girls, they exploit the whole society and the nation, because the only thing they need is the TRP and big money actually. So they don't care about the nation and the society or anything. So because I'll tell you a brief story. I read a novel called Hanus. You might have uh,
Okay.
so this
Okay.
is a drama actually.
Yes, I've heard of it.
This is a play that was written by
Yes.
some French author in 13th century. And the author predicted what kind of society we'll be having in future, and that kind of society we have now. Because around the globe we are driven by money. तो उसने लिखा था कि भविष्य में हम सब व्यापारी होंगे। तो आज के जो हमारी जो दशा है जो है वो यही है कि हम सब कुछ पैसे के रूप में देखते हैं। हमारा रिलेशनशिप, हमारा सोसाइटी, हमारा कि हम कितना पैसा कमा रहे हैं और कितना हमारे पास है, वही हमारा मेजर है, यार्ड स्टिक है। तो वेस्टर्न कल्चर में तो ज़्यादा है, यहाँ पे कम है, लेकिन यहाँ भी वही है। तो
Right.
वही है। तो द वे द मीडिया इज एक्सप्लॉइटिंग द यंग गर्ल्स एंड द सोसाइटी, so what can we do to create some the grassroots movements and the online activism to fight this media bias? So what's your take on this?
Like I said, there are many new content creators, new buys, but they are not really newbies, right? We saw them for the first time on social media. We are experiencing these kind of memes which are only culture oriented, only knowledge oriented, only GK oriented, right? They are just the motive is just to spread general knowledge about our country or our culture, right?
Hmm.
So this is something. This is an example of a grassroots which we can consider that uh, until a decade ago we were very shy to talk about our culture. We were very shy to talk about our religion, or we were very shy to talk about what my household values are, right? We used to feel, array, this is very outdated, or this is something which I should not be proud of, right? My Indian attire, may it be a lungi and a kurta, may it be a dhoti and a kurta, or may it be a sari or any kind of Indian attire, it is very, very outdated. And I think this is not something which I should be focusing on. But if you see today, the trend is changing. Even the young girls, uh, I specifically want to personally address them that I know you only wear saris for one thing, is
Hmm.
to make good videos out of it and get good views.
Yeah.
We know that. And this is a trend now. The
Hmm.
same girls, the same teens who used to boycott saris
Hmm.
for Western outfits are getting more influence to wear saris, go to temples, and
Hmm.
make reels out of it, or
Yeah.
make videos out of it of how dharmic I am, or how much of a sanskari girl I am. And they post it on social media to get good views, right? Even the draping of saris is like it's really very much uh, Bollywood style these days. You have so much influence. This grassroots is positive, actually. If we say this grassroots is positive, that
Hmm.
you have started accepting Indian attire
Yeah.
as one of your hobbies or one of the things that you love, right?
This
But
is
I
actually
think this grassroots should not.
this is actually
Yes.
the result of this government's effort after 2014. the way they are focused on our culture and the nation and our own heritage or something. So
Absolutely.
it has created a kind of awareness. So this is the result of
Absolutely.
activism by
But
the government actually. So they are the solely responsible for this. So they are the only one who
right,
should be
right.
credited for this. Because the initiative by taken by the Prime Minister
Absolutely.
Modi and the BJP party. So they have done so much
Absolutely.
for the past 9, 10 years. And so
Right.
this is the result of this actually. Yes, please continue.
Absolutely. Actually, this I agreed to your point, Harishi, but what I feel is this grassroots has just begun. Okay, let's
Yeah.
take an example of Indian attire grassroots, which
Mm-hmm.
has just begun in the society,
Mm.
but relate like linking this grassroots to the online activism. I
Mm.
think it should not be restricted only till views,
Yeah. Mm.
because then you are not actually inculcating that grassroots into your own personality. You
Right.
are only doing it for some sake of views target to be achieved. And
Yeah.
once that target will be achieved, it will mean nothing for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what young girls should observe and they should study, they should inculcate is that whenever you are adopting any kind of grassroots in the society,
Mm-hmm.
let's like take an example of Indian attire.
Yeah.
Okay, then do it for the sake of your personality development, not your social media development, not your channel development, and not your follower list development,
Yeah.
right? Do it for your personality development. बाकी सब वैसे भी बढ़ता है,
Mm.
बाकी सब वैसे भी मिलता है. People get influenced when you stand out, and the only way to stand out is getting stronger on your grassroots, getting stronger on your culture, getting stronger on your values. The
Mm.
another example of grassroots which we can uh, relate to is the uh, advocacy of religion
Yeah.
or the pride of religion. The very same youth or the very same teens who used to not even uh, mention their religion
Yeah.
10 years back, decade back, okay,
Yeah.
they used to feel ashamed or they used to feel very awkward while
Yeah.
talking about their religion.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they are feeling very proud of it.
Yeah.
And they are proudly saying that, yes, I am from this religion and
Mm.
I am proud of my religion. I'm proud of my culture and I'm proud of my value, right? So we can take this also as an example of a grassroots. And
Mm.
I think again, this has an influence of social media, the influence of this party, the influence of this government, and the influence of these content creators, which are, they are changing the culture of the social media. But
Right.
it should not again be restricted to media. It should be on the actual activism also, not just online activism, but it should also be on the offline activism of the youth, which is what I feel.
Thank you, ma'am.
So
Thank you so much.
I hope you have the same
Yeah.
opinion as of mine on this.
So with this, I am moving to my last question. And how do cultural differences and intersectional identity intersect with how do cultural differences and intersectional identity intersect with the media influence on young girls' perception of themselves? So cultural difference and intersectional identity.
I guess, Harishi, what I feel is whenever we talk about intersectional identities or the cultural differences, uh, we are not here on a competitive advantage or a comparative advantage. We're not talking about who is better. And this, the youth needs to understand this, the teens need to understand. Okay, when we say that we are a very diverse culture city or culture country, we can accommodate everything all together. We should be more accommodative rather than being competitive. And whenever we're talking about intersectional identities or whenever we're talking about any kind of cultural differences, We should not be on a toll that I am right and you are wrong. I'll just give a small example. It's not exactly related to the intersectional identities, but yes, yesterday itself, one of my followers on LinkedIn itself, he is connected with me on the personal media also, and I had put a status on my WhatsApp that every woman is a small part of Prakriti and that's Shakti. Okay. So he started a debate on what Shakti means. Okay. How will you define Shakti? What is Shakti? And that's how the debate started, and it ended very badly because I was trying to explain him. Let's see, my version of Shakti or my belief of Shakti can be very much different than what you are having, right? You are talking about the physical the definition of Shakti, or you're talking about something related to the chemical structure or the physics structure of Shakti.
Yeah.
But I am talking about something the spiritual or the psychological concept of Shakti, and all the definitions are going to be different, and still they are going to be right in their own way. It is said ना कि वो कौन सा डायलॉग है कि हर एक का अपना अपना वर्जन होता है सच का. What truth is
Yeah.
having its various versions. So we should be accommodative that what my intersectional identity or what my concepts, my beliefs, my definitions are there are also right, and the other person is also right at the same point. Whenever cultural differences, religious, environmental, regional differences will come into discussion, there should not be this upper hand and this lower hand over culture. That your culture is much more, I am much more efficient and I am much more on the higher ground. Again, not to mention we have a caste system in India, and it is going on since many ages,
Yeah.
right? So we have absolute wrong influence or wrong uh, definition of what the Varna system is and what the caste system is. The both of ideologies are totally different, and we have confused it as one, right? So this should not happen. We should have a good understanding of both the concepts, and we should accept that this is not something of a hierarchy. It should not be a hierarchy. It is just it's a diversity, or let's say it's a segmentation. No segment is more, no segment is less, no segment is more important or more efficient than the other. You have to be accommodative towards each and every difference, each and every segment at the same level. And that is how we are going to stand out in unity is diversity, right? So
Yeah.
that phrase is going to be actually proven when we will not be comparative about the intersectional identities or the cultural differences. I think that is the main gist of it. Second thing I wanted to mention here is that differentiation is not bad. If we focus majorly on differentiation, let's take, for example, regional differentiation. Whenever we are working with corporates, we are working in the cross culture environment.
Right.
Means what? We have cross culture teams. Somebody might be from Maharashtra, the mid Indian region, someone might be from the East Indian region, someone might be from the North Indian, some from the South Indian, right? So these are regional cultural differences which everybody will have. Still, we have to work together. And here it should not get competitive, it should not get comparative, it should get actually united. It should be on the same ground, more of accommodative. When the teens will understand this concept
Okay.
that ईस्टर्न है इसका मतलब नेपाली ही है और नेपाली है मतलब वो बुरा है ऐसा नहीं है, right? It is just the way they look. You're not supposed to poo on them, or you're not supposed to. That is called as a basic mannerism, right? That is called as a basic maturity. So I guess these concepts have to be very much clear with the teens. It's just an example. There are
Yeah.
many such differences like that. But
So,
focusing on the regional, I guess it was easy to explain.
ma'am, that was all the question I had on this topic, and this is a vast topic. We'll be doing more session on this.
Yeah,
So, for today, we are wrapping up this session.
absolutely.
And so, thank you, viewers. Thank you for joining us
Sure.
on this empowering journey through EmpowerHer, navigating media and culture for young girls. Remember, the power to shape our own stories lies within each one of us. Let's continue to uplift, inspire, and support one another as we navigate the ever changing landscapes of media and culture. Together, we can create a world where every girl feels empowered to shine brightly, unapologetically, be herself. Until next time, stay empowered. If you like the content, please subscribe to the channel. We will be bringing more session on this on the same topic. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your time. We will be meeting again soon.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Sure. Thank you so much.
So again, I'll connect with you. I'll be sending more question on the third topic. Then we'll decide when you are free. Then we'll be doing.
Sure, sir. Sure.